Welcome back to Ruddington Fields at the Nottingham Transport Heritage Centre. We're in that no man's land between Christmas and New Year. The Great Central Railway Nottingham are running their special Twixmas service. We've come to witness history being made. I hope everyone's had a really pleasant festive period. Here's me filming an intro without actually recording any sound. Isn't that just a fantastic start to the video? Although this series is about the bigger picture of the reunification of the two Great Central Railways in Leicestershire and Nottinghamshire, this episode's all about the northern end continuing to get back on its feet, and today is a historic and incredible milestone. We're booked to travel on the first revenue-earning passenger service to travel up the line as far as Loughborough in almost 5 years. Or should we say just outside Loughborough, right up to the boundary of the reunification project that will take this line into the Loughborough GCR station. But you'll already know all about that as you'd have already have watched my previous videos in this series. Before we start, let's just rewind slightly and remind ourselves of the journey to get here. Early 2020 was the last time a passenger service ran the entire length of this line, and various factors including a pandemic, maintenance issues and a very public internal argument set the railway back years in its development. Now, those troubles look well and truly in the rear view mirror now, but on my last few visits the railway centre has been thriving, and the queue for the cafe and the busyness of the car park today is great to see, unless you're after a quick bacon sandwich like I was. But anyway, let's jump on board the train and we'll take you on a trip up the line. Here's 50 Steps Bridge. This is where we join the former Great Central Main Line. The driver swaps ends here and we start heading south. Don't you just love technology? It was at this point, unbeknown to me, the microphone had stopped working, so it was just recording static. So you'll have to just enjoy a little bit of commentary of stuff that we'll see along the route, instead of the purring of the Class 107's engines. It's not like it's an event I can go back and refilm either, is it? We get a good view of one of the features of the Great Central Main Line's engineering, those long straight sections built for speed. Crossing the Bunny Lane Bridge, we soon begin our approach to Rushcliffe Halt. Those are the sidings where the gypsum trains used to run into. We've covered Rushcliffe Halt in previous videos. It was a small station, initially built for access to the golf club next door. These days, the station and surrounding bankings are kept in great condition by the GCR cutting edge crew. We'll have a 5-minute stop here for a photo opportunity. The Jingle Bells Express service on the lead up to Christmas came as far as here, so just a reminder that everything from here onwards is a new experience for passengers in almost 5 years. I'm on the wrong side to capture East Leake station, so we'll look at that on the return journey. Next up is the Barnstone Tunnel, just shy of 100 yards and one of the major engineering features on this section. We're now on the approach to Stanford Viaduct, also sometimes referred to as Loughborough Viaduct, which crosses the River Soar at 176 yards long. There's 9 arches altogether, with some of the arches skewed. That's the village of Stanford-on-Soar in the distance. We've got some more footage of this in a short while, looking at some of the later services. We're near the end of the line now, and the front of the train is about to cross the brand new A60 bridge that was installed in late 2022. You'll see the line bending to the left. Now, this is the cord down to join the Midland Main Line. We'll go as far as the stop board, and any further and the alarms will start going off in some rail operation centre somewhere. If we swap sides of the train, we can get a view of the line towards Loughborough. The brand new bridge over the Midland is just in front, and we're now looking down the line of the key Reunification project. The rear of the DMU is sat on top of the A60 bridge. Heading north again now, and we're passing through the former East Leake station via what would be the southbound platform. Typical GCR Island platform design. The buildings are long gone, but the platform remains in its entirety, and you'll see the railings where the entrance would be underneath at road level. Sadly, it's very doubtful this station will ever reopen to passengers. And you can see how close the new housing developments at East Leake have become. We arrive back into Rushcliffe Halt for another leg stretch and photo stop. After leaving Rushcliffe Halt, we get to admire the line of telegraph poles that sit behind the station and along the line. We then pass the restored Hochley Hill LNER style signal box. This will play a key role in the running of the railway in years to come, when Rushcliffe Halt will be a passing place. And before we know it, we're back at 50 Steps Bridge, and we're heading up the spur back to Ruddington Fields to wrap up the return leg of this historic service. This is the Stanford-on-Soar Viaduct, just about a mile north of Loughborough. Now, I had a ride early this morning on the train. I've left Ruddington now and I've headed up here just to get a few shots of it elsewhere on the line, and because it's quite irregular to see a train on this section recently, I thought it'd be good just to come and enjoy it crossing the viaduct. We're chasing the train now. We've just seen it come over Stanford Viaduct, and we're just shooting down to the A60 bridge. just on the outskirts of Loughborough, hoping I'll make it there before it does its turnaround and goes back. No, it looks like I've just missed it, so it must have really had a quick turnaround, but never mind. I'm hanging about for the third train of the day up on the GCR Nottingham, but I've got about an hour and a half to kill. So I've just nipped up the road just to the Great Central Railway Leicestershire. I saw the Delta was running on Facebook yesterday, but it looks like it's all steam services today, so nice little bonus. I thought I'd pop down. Power then stood this close when it was setting off. And this is where we kicked off this series, isn't it? Cornham Woodhouse, episode 1, stood on this platform. We're back here again. I always seem to end up at Rushcliffe Halt, don't I? We're fast losing the light. It's nearly 3:30, but I've just called in just to get the last service of the day going out towards Loughborough. So there she goes into the distance, a strong end to 2024 for the Great Central Railway Nottingham. I hope you've enjoyed this update and the previous videos if you've watched those too. We'll see you again in 2025 to keep you up to date with what's going on with both the railway and the reunification project. Happy New Year everyone, take care and we'll see you soon.